what's his name? Brian Johnson.
Yeah, Brian L. Johnson.
Oh, Brian. Okay.
He's a beast. Todd was based. This guy's a beast.
Okay.
And we saw how based Todd Peterson was. He's in jail, and this beast has delayed everything for 4 months. What a beast!
Todd Peterson told him at the beginning, no jail time, no felony.
Right.
So he's 50% on his promises.
Could have tossed a coin and done the same as Todd Peterson.
But he's bumped Todd Peterson off his chosen lawyer. He's seeing that Brian Johnson is his lawyer now, even though this whole going to jail thing is all to do with the Todd Peterson stuff. Like, this is not the Brian Johnson case. This is the Todd Peterson one.
I guess I'm the crazy stalker. Since that's the case he's handling for him, Nick and I are the crazy stalkers. Yeah. So, yeah.
Heller,
we'll see how it goes.
I am.
Yeah. If your beast ever wants to go to court, let me know.
Right. Yeah.
If he ever wants to do that.
Yeah.
St. Cloud or something.
Yeah, I worked with Heller a time before for I did it for something really lame and gay, the whole bankruptcy thing.
Sure.
Because of medical bills.
Brian is an animal. He's very, very good. I will say this. I think it's funny that Candace keeps violating that gag order, but let me tell you something.
Gag order. The gag order.
Is it gag?
It's off a judge. You want to make sure they never have your back? Go ahead and violate a gag order. See what happens. Because it's basically the judge then, judges are smart people. They went to school. They were lawyers.
Good. It's know-it-all, Aaron. One of my favorite versions of him. Yeah. Please explain the justice system.
Judges are smart people, dude.
Yep.
You don't want to mediate.
They deserve to have an ego, right? They're intelligent, accomplished people. So when some peasant starts violating their gag order, they're like,
I love that you keep saying gag order.
Yeah.
Who do you think you are? You don't respect me, you piece of shit.
Me trying to be nice, asshole.
Right. So I was reading the paper every day, and I'm like, holy shit, I get a lot more information reading the paper than going on all these internet sites, because the internet sites are all people's opinion.
This is unreal.
This is crazy. This is insane.
So wild.
Does he know that every newspaper has an internet site?
I might start reading the paper.
This guy has been this fake news, mainstream media, keeping everything down. Yep. And it took him going to jail to think, this legacy media is actually pretty good.
I might start getting papers delivered.
He should go work for the newspaper. Radio's not working out. Maybe the newspaper will hire him.
Right.
And all that, whereas these newspaper articles are just full of information. One thing I will say, being in jail, is that we need to get rid of phones. We need to get rid of instant access to the internet. It's such a better life. I will say something. Being away from my phone, I know I have the tablet device for movies and shit. That's not really a phone. It's like a jitterbug. I mean, it's a flip phone. It's not a flip phone, but it's kind of that function.
Yeah.
We got to get rid of those phones, man. You're the way people communicated in jail versus the way people communicate online.
What, a note tied to some string that you flip around into the cell next to you? What, fishing it through the toilet down to the story below? The way people communicated in jail was so much better.
This is what I think Kelly mentioned this, Ghost of Cabby, that Aaron going to jail and being disconnected from the internet is a really good thing from him, but going for a short amount of time isn't going to do him any good, because he'll just come back to the patterns that he came back in, that got him in there in the first place. What he needs is 90 days for him to completely detox from everything and live this normal life with newspapers and no internet, so that he has a chance at coming back and making decisions about what his life looks like.
Far more well-behaved in jail. Look, I kind of dropped a lot of my...
It's also very telling that he says, the way people communicate online, the people communicate in jail, far more better behaved. He's only reading Kiwi Farms. That's his favorite website.
Right.
He's on there reading a message board all day, and he sits there and he just goes, when you have communication with people face to face, it's a lot better.
Well, he got no mean super chats in jail.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what he means. Aaron's coming out of jail going we got to put these phones down or society's going to collapse. No, that's you. Everyone, again, for the guy who tells everyone else to touch grass, everyone else can figure it out and kind of not everyone, but you're projecting, you're putting your problems, because he's going to say in a minute that I didn't have any messages that I had to answer. I didn't have to keep checking things. It's yeah, that's you, man. I do a 4-hour show all the time without looking at my phone. You can't do that. You're unable to do that. And the fact that you're constantly called to it says more about you. These are your symptoms.
I wouldn't say it's an evil system because I don't think it's intentional, but it's a bad system that we have for.
It's designed to self-feed, which is the problem.
Bingo.
Like, it's recidivism.
It's not designed to fix a goddamn thing. And it's Ronald Reagan's fault. You know, I've always preached that we should have
when Aaron ends up in jail next time, it's gonna be Ronald Reagan's fault that he violated his release conditions.
And Melton, but mostly Ronald Reagan. Yeah.
I was watching Steel Toe. Well, it's like remember when he made this deal with the prosecutor for $50 and a slap on the wrist. The justice system was amazing. And it worked. That's fair. That's called a compromise. And that's the system at work. And ever since that day, it's just been on a downhill slide of everything's corrupt. They're after me. It's my celebrity. They've been fishing for something on me for decades.
Dwight? I'm like, I'm like, here. They thought, by the way, they were brilliant for the Dwight thing. I'm like, that is great. But like for 20 years, I've been getting Dwight.
Dwight has a job.
Or radio.
And a wife, and owns he owns the building he works in. That's
to be fair, Dwight was a married woman or an engaged woman, Angela, on the show. So I don't know. Maybe that was some sort of weird.
I asked him, I go, why radio? Like I asked him, I'm like the retarded Cuba Gooding.
Hold on, so Ricado's Andy?
CO said like you got a radio show. So like there were like 4 employees during my time there that were Steel Toe viewers, followers, listeners, whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
And they would advertise it.
There were 4 correctional officers who were fans of Steel Toe.
And they told all the inmates about it.
200 people watching live on YouTube. And you're telling me that 2% of them are correctional officers in Stearns County, Minnesota? Go yourself. No one believes this. We've never heard of these guys. They don't show up to events. Shut up. It's not possible.
We don't feed our prisoners great. By the time I got out, thanks to all the basketball and the food schedule, I lost 3 pounds.
Nice.
I got it all back this weekend. I could eat again. Like I could eat whatever I wanted. So I consumed 3 country fried steaks.
3 country fried steaks.
That's insane.
Oh God, he just loves white gravy.
Then there was a thing called education. I thought that was like classes and shit. Turns out that's just like computer lab and watching movies. I didn't go any of the 7 days I was there. One of the guys, Thursday, they all knew I was getting out. One of the guys I was hanging out with, like,
the way he's explaining this, it's like you go on a cruise, you're like, I should have swam with the dolphins. I thought it would be lame, but then everyone was telling me how cool it was. He's acting like it's an excursion.
Let him finish this. Hold on.
Okay. Hey man, why don't you ever go to education, man? You've never gone. And I'm like, I thought that was like parenting classes and shit. And they're like, no, we go to we play computer games and we watch movies and this and that.
I thought that was like parenting class. This guy couldn't be less interested in his kids or making himself a better presence in their life.
That's amazing.
At every goddamn turn, he doesn't give a about his children. We've seen the text. We've seen the text where he's begging Nick to go over to Nick's house because I hate being alone with them. And now he's like, I thought that was a thing that like made you a better dad. That's why I skipped it.
Yeah, instead it was Oregon Trail. He could have been playing. He's all, I missed out on that.
He's wanting no mention HROs. He wants both sides to not mention each other ever. Otherwise, he will end up going to jail. Like
I can't speak for Nick, but I'm not inclined to take any sort of deal that's gonna curtail my First Amendment. Right.
Of course. Because this guy,
I can't ever see making a deal with Aaron where I don't talk about you. He's upset because he can't do it as well, and I'm making him look like a idiot. That's what this whole complaint is about. Like, so
even
that's not how the world works.
Even all of that aside, you don't want to give power to someone who can lie to the courts, who's shown over and over again he lies to the courts about stuff that you've done that could get you arrested in the end. He's going to file false reports because he's already done that.
Right.
Also, don't reward him with any type of victory over this.
No. And you're going to hear that they all made a collective decision to not tell his kids he was going to jail. Now, a month ago, he was bragging about how his daughter's getting interested in his show, and she's been bragging at school about how many viewers her dad has and stuff.
But also, he said that having this experience is going to be great because when he tells his kids how to walk the straight line in life, he'll be like, no, but I actually know. I've actually up and I can tell you what's up. But now he's hiding it from them?
Their mom and I, we had all talked and we decided we're not going to tell them, you know.
Right.
There's no reason to. And they'll find out someday at some point. So we all like kind of, it was one of those like, between
when they-
Someday at some point, what is this, Santa Claus? That's just leaving it up for when they figure it out?
When they Google their last name, the news articles show up.
Right.
I'm looking at it now. Third and fourth result on Imholt on the internet and in incognito mode is about him going to jail.
Wow.
And how is Ashley's number not one of the numbers he took in with him? If he misses his kids so much,
Right. Good
can't he
point.
text her
It's
and
not
ask how
important. It's not important. It's just like the HRO when he asked for a restraining order from his address and not the children's address, even though he says he's scared that I'm going to do something to his kid, which is insane. It's like, then why wouldn't you list the kid's address? He doesn't give a about his kids. They're useful idiots. They're tools.
Not just that, but in the one he applied for Nick's one, he put all three of his kids in there saying that he's worried for his kids' safety from Nick, and he's chosen to not pursue that whatsoever.
Right. It's almost like it's all feelings based from a crybaby streamer.
And I'm like, all right, I'm just going to start spawning little blue Cobra Mustangs that just run by and shoot everything.
And then what happened to those Mustangs? Did you start like crashing into them and not being able to afford to fix them, and like the front end of them would get severely damaged?
I literally wiped the map of all the other players, and everyone was screaming, "What the?"
Do you
because
like
they had huge armies. And
when
they
you
just
had these
mowed them down.
Mustangs? Did you stalk the other players and try to purposely park right next to them like some kind of creepy X?
So this is a shot at Nick, because Nick drives a Mustang and parked next to Aaron at the courthouse.
He can't stop himself from these mentions.
Nick says he wasn't even paying attention and didn't. To be fair, there are like 5 parking spots there. Nick says he didn't know that he parked next to Aaron. He just parked, which is 50-50 on whether that's true or not. If he did know, it's even funnier. Like, it's just funny. It's one of the only times because of these restraining orders that he can do that, and Aaron saw it and got in his head. Yeah. So it's funny to me if he did know.
Oh, okay. Did you collapse the entire front driver's side rocker panel of your Cobra Mustangs in the game and then not fix them?
No, fixing them was a pretty big priority after every sortie. I started with a solid.
Aaron's whole thing here is like, he had damage to his Mustang and couldn't fix it. It's like, you keep damaging your family and don't fix it.
He's like, he's given himself permission to shit talk Nick, and he's just gonna keep doing that.
Yep.
Mustangs, and I was like, after every sortie, we won't add more, but we'll fix.
Johnny has no idea what he's talking about.
Right. This is why Aaron's gonna go to jail. He's gonna break his release conditions because of this behavior. He doesn't know how to stop that.
He's petty.
You have to worry about someone having like your credit score and shit. Like, what's going on there?
God damn, man, people would be so like bored if they found my data.
Just they'd realize aside from this, you do nothing.
What? What?
You sure about that? You sure about that?
You wouldn't go
you sure about that?
You wouldn't file restraining orders? These people, once people see this, they're gonna die of boredom. I need to protect them.
There's nothing in there except me jerking off to another man, my wife, and then heading straight to cuck porn. You'd be so bored if anyone found my data.
By the way, that data that has no name on it, that's my data.
Be like, oh, I got the toes date. Like, imagine you're someone who lives their entire, like, there are people waking up right now this morning, and I'm literally the first thing they think of. You know,
I don't mean this as it's gonna like as mean as it sounds. That's sad.
I would use the word pathetic.
He's gonna love.
He really thinks that about me. I can't tell you how little I think of Aaron Imholt.
He isn't under a gag order to not talk about Nick. He's been making digs about Nick multiple times. There's no gag order. He's allowed to make fun of hedonism.
Yeah, he doesn't know. He doesn't understand anything the court requests of him.